Hi, welcome to my new video. In this video, I am going to explain how to determine the amount of time your SSD will still last. This is crucial information if you use your computer a lot, since your SSD might crash and all data could be lost. So with no further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is to download this piece of software called CrystalDiskInfo. It's a completely free application, lightweight, thus it won't take you long. You may download it from the SourceForge website. I will leave the download link in the video description below for your convenience. So after you have successfully downloaded and installed the app, launch it. As soon as it opens up, you will immediately see various data about your SSD. If you have multiple SSDs, you will be able to switch between them. Currently, we can see that my SSD's current health is rated at 98% by the app, which is a very good and promising result. The app automatically determined the status of our SSD, but just in case, let's check it manually, just to be sure of it. So the data we actually care about is the total written data to the SSD, which is currently over 10 terabytes. And the next thing we need to remember is the total hours of how much our SSD has been operating. That's almost 9,000 hours, or a little bit over 1 year of nonstop being on and writing or reading data. These numbers might look scary, but I assure you, they're not. So what we need to do now is to compare the data of what the developer of our SSD promises. Usually such information can be found at the official website. In my situation, I have this SSD from a company called Good RAM. If we check their website, we can see the parameters of our SSD. So let's find out how much writing data they are promising me. Here is what we're looking for. TBW, which stands for total bytes written, is the parameter we are looking for. It is provided in terabytes, and we can see that the number is 350 terabytes. Your SSD company might provide the numbers under a different name in the parameters section. Thus, simply look for something similar in the technical data section. As you see, they even have written this text. The warranty period ends on the date when the SSD has exceeded its TBW. The next parameter we care about is the total operating hours. Let's check that out. Usually SSDs have an insane amount of hours, thus this is not something you should usually worry about. And in my case, it's 2 million hours, which is practically impossible to reach. But keep in mind that such circumstances as the temperature at which SSD is operating, the intensity, if you're playing high-profile games, working with graphics design, or simply working with documents, drastically impacts the lifespan of your SSD. Thus, don't always trust these numbers blindly. Statistically, an average SSD lasts something about 10 years. Thus, my recommendation would be to change your SSDs at least every 7 years to be on the safe side, if you use your computer every day or even every 5 years in case of intense work. And that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon on my next video.